welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 5 of the Let's Build a House series. Just like the last video, I'm going to do the same kind of process where I record the speed build before, speed it up slightly and do a talk over for this part of the video, but today we're going to be working on the upstairs. So I'm going to work on the master bedroom, the guest bedroom, the family bathroom and the ensuite bathroom for the master bedroom. I want to keep the kids bedroom and possible playroom that I'm going to add till maybe the next video because I want to make it a little bit more exciting, and I think that'll just make a better video to do it in a different part, so I have a little more time to work on making my own decals and things for that. But anyway, they're the things I'm going to work on in today's video. I do have to let you guys know I was a little bit of a donut head and I did kind of accidentally record most of this speed build without having my graphics up. I turned my graphics down to take a picture for something and I forgot to turn them back up before I started recording, so it's literally right down, like I think I had my graphics on like bar 3 or something, so it is not perfect, but I do eventually turn it back up later on in the speed build, and I also do the tour with the graphics back up, so you will see that this house does look way better with the graphics up. But also I decided not to like re-record everything because you can still follow along and like build this house. It like doesn't affect you guys being able to follow along and finish the house. But anyway, I did think I'd let you guys know beforehand if you're like kind of wondering why the quality of the part of the video isn't as good as the rest of it. But anyway, we're gonna get on with today's video, so let's get into building. Okay, so we're starting the speed build, and as I probably explained in my intro, I did for the majority of this speed build forget to turn my graphics back up. I have them literally down on like 3 bars. It is that low graphics because I turn my graphics down when I'm taking pictures of my Roblox character for thumbnails, and I'd forgotten to turn it back up afterwards. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't realise that I'd done this with how bright it is in the build. But yeah, as you can see, I'm starting with the family bathroom in the house, and I've deleted some of the candles that were on the shelves in the hallway, both upstairs and downstairs, so it was making the bathroom glow a little bit too brightly. So I've deleted those. I might replace them a little bit later when I do finishing touches to the house, but for now I've removed them, and I've put a bath into the bathroom, and I'm using a fence and some shelves just to kind of finish the bath off nicely, because the bath doesn't actually fit like perfectly in between 2 squares, so I like to use these shelves to kind of make it fit perfectly. And then I'm just painting the walls and floor. I absolutely love this new tile texture they've added, so I'm using this on the floor and then the wall where the bath is. And then originally I was going to put the toilet in this little space, but it looked a little bit awkward, so I decided to turn this into a linen closet. So now I'm just grabbing a bookshelf, turning it round, I'm going to fill it with towels, and then I think I put some wash baskets on top, I'm pretty certain I do, and then I put it in the linen closet just to kind of fill that empty gap in that's a little bit awkward. So yeah, there is the washing baskets, and now I'm just painting everything, and I'm just doing them all like various colours that I've used around the house. And then I'm placing these in the bathroom, adding a little door onto there. Originally I did use the same doors outside, but realised that you can see it through the wall, so I just used this basic door. And then I decided to paint the whole door wooden here because I just felt it looked a little bit nicer than having the white in the middle. So next I added shutters to the window. I think I did this in the bathroom downstairs as well, but I really like how shutters look inside. I just think they kind of dress up an area a little bit differently to curtains. Now I'm adding some things onto the shelf around the bath, so I'm adding like a toy because this is a family bathroom, and a few bottles like shampoo, conditioner, body wash, all those kind of things, and just painting these. Next I'm just adding a few towel racks for decoration. I just put this one over the bath. And then a little painting as well. As you can see, I'm just trying to adjust things to fit nicely. And then I'm just trying to work out where I'm going to put the counter in this bathroom. It is a little bit awkward with where the doors are, so I did put one in this gap here between the bath and the door for the linen closet. And this is where the sink is going to go, so as you can see I've added the sink, added this little mirror because there isn't really room on the wall for me to put an actual mirror, and then a few decorations like a toothbrush cup and a soap dish. I think little decorations like this just really like bring a build to life. So I'm just painting all of those things I just placed. And then next, moving on to this wall, I'm going to grab a toilet and I'm just going to put it in this gap here. And I'm trying to use these little tiles to make like a toilet mat. I don't really know if they have toilet mats in other countries. I can't remember like ever seeing them in like people's like house tours and stuff, but basically like in my house we have like little rugs that go around the toilets. This is what I'm trying to create here. And then I also added a decorative mirror in this corner. This is like me moving the toilet like roll dispenser thing because I want to put a painting on the wall, and then I had a complete like faff about trying to sort this little rug out for ages, and I ended up changing the pattern of the rug because I just could not get this to go together without the like circles overlapping really weirdly. So this is me changing the texture for the first time and then changing the texture for the second time. And now I'm just putting a painting on the wall behind here and just adjusting it so it's not kind of touching some of the other stuff I have on the wall. And then in this area, adding a few more decorative towel racks. And then to finish off the bathroom, pretty much I'm just adding a ceiling light. This is just the elderly ceiling light, which is one of my favourite ceiling lights to use. And I'm painting it linen with a white background, kind of like the plasticky bits white. Okay, next we're moving on to the master bedroom, which I guess will be my bedroom. I decided to change it up a little bit so you can suddenly see the downstairs, but I decided to add an ensuite bathroom in here because the room was just a little bit too big for my liking. So this is just me adjusting the doors and stuff to be able to fit that ensuite bathroom in there. And then we're adding the floor, and I realised it went through both rooms, so I'm just manually placing it afterwards. So now I decided I wanted to put skirting on all of the walls. Now with this, I did try to go around and put skirting on all the walls, but you'll notice throughout the video that I realised that I've missed so many bits and I have to go back and do them. But this is me just doing that. With some of the walls where I couldn't like put the skirting in because it would go over the door, I just used pillars to kind of finish off the edges that like I couldn't put the skirt into, if that makes sense, and it kind of worked out quite nicely. So now I'm just painting the floor of the bedroom. I'm just going with the linen wood that I've used throughout the house. And I'm just replacing the walls because it wasn't letting me paint them properly. I'm starting out by adding some curtains onto the window. I use these really long ones. I really like how they look. And now I was putting a little area in here which is going to be where the closet will go. I decided I still wanted a closet space because that's what the area I had in the room was before. And then I'm adding a little door down here which will lead to the bathroom, and adding a door onto the closet, and then just finishing off this corner with a pillar. And then just painting some of the walls. So I decided to go with white and blue. It's a theme I've used quite a bit throughout the house, but I really like how it looks. Painting the curtains white. And then I'm just adding some like things into the closet. So I'm adding a couple of clothes racks, and then I also add this big like wardrobe thing in just a moment, but I'm painting these first of all. Yeah, and this is where I grabbed the wardrobe thing. I really like doing this because it kind of fits a lot in there and it makes it look a little bit more interesting. So that is the closet pretty much done after I painted the door, of course. And now I'm moving on to kind of adding where the bed will go. So I'm using some of these dressers to be kind of like a back bit to the bed. I've done this before in videos, but I really like how it looks because you can put some stuff on there. So you can put like books and decorations on there, and it just kind of makes the bed look a little bit more interesting. So now I'm just kind of moving those to fit where I want them to. Originally I do put the bed in the centre of the room like this, but then I realised I can't put anything down either side of the bed and it looks a little bit awkward, so I decided to move the bed to one side. First of all I moved it to the left, realised it looked really awkward with the window, and then I moved it to the right, which is where it will stay. So now I'm just putting that lamp that I'd placed previously in this corner, and I'm also going to add another little decorative table. And then I'm just throwing a few decorations on this table and also onto the dresses that I've added at the back. Just things like plants, books and all those kind of things, maybe like a little ornament. And then I'm just kind of grabbing stuff from downstairs to paint them. It's so much easier now that we have like the copy colours that actually work on Macs, which we couldn't do before. So I literally just kind of going downstairs and I'm stealing the colours off of other parts of the build and also stealing items from other parts of the build. Basically my favourite thing is just the copy item tool we've added. So now I'm just working on painting everything else. So I'm painting the bed. I decided to use this overlapping texture, which I absolutely love, this overlapping circle texture. You will start to notice that I've been using it an awful lot recently. It's like the new linen wood to me, is this texture. But I painted the bed, I went for blue to match the walls, and then I'm just adding some other bits in like picture frames, because picture frames really like just kind of fill out an empty space. So this room was really awkward. I tried to add a rug in the middle. It looked weird because of where the bed was, so I deleted the rug. It took me a little while to kind of work out what I wanted to actually put in here. So I'm just putting a few kind of like clothes hanger things down here, just kind of fill that wall up a little bit. Added a little rug into the room here. I just stole the light that I've been using downstairs, so the same fan light. And then I'm just kind of looking for other things I can steal to put in here. So I'm now putting the little shelf over the door here. I absolutely love adding these little shelves to the doors. I think they make the doors look a little bit more interesting, and I just think adding more details to the room just make the room look more lived in, more homely, and just a whole lot cuter. So again, I'm trying to add a rug to the room. Eventually I realised that a rug is just not going to go in this room, but boy did I try to fit one in. Next I'm adding a desk in. It's more of a vanity really than a desk actually. It's definitely more of a vanity because we have the office downstairs. I don't really need a desk in this room. But I'm stealing the chair that I did use in the office downstairs and I'm just putting it on my vanity. Also going to paint that the same white marble that I used on the desk downstairs. And then I'm adding a mirror at the back. And a few bits and bobs onto this table, so things like makeup, roses, books. Once I'm happy with those, I'm just painting everything. And then I put the roof on the room just to be able to see properly what this is looking like, because I have found that out of build mode at the moment the house is really bright and you might think it's brighter than it is. So once you have a look at the room with the roof on, it makes things a little bit more clearer. As you can see, I've added this huge decal onto the wall, and then I'm adding a few little benches at the end of the bed just to be a little bit more interesting. I really like how these benches look. I think they make the room look really fancy. Could you see these kind of like stools at the end of beds in like posh hotels and stuff? I just think it looks really cool. So I'm just painting those to kind of match the theme of the room. And then I'm painting this rug. I really don't think I keep this rug. I do think I delete it. Maybe I do keep the rug. I've not deleted it yet, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do keep this rug in the room. Adding a plant here, because if you have an empty space, a plant is definitely something you need to add. Okay, so now I'm adding some hanging baskets to the room. Yeah, I definitely think I keep this rug. I didn't remember that I kept this rug, but apparently it's in there because I've not deleted it yet, and I don't think I do delete it after this. But I'm adding some hanging baskets just to kind of add a little bit more detail, because like I said before, if you're in doubt, just put some plants in there. I think basically every like Bloxburg speed builder does this. Like, you have an empty space, just stick a plant in there or stick a picture in there and it'll sort it out. So I'm just putting like cactus and this other plant in here so I don't have to have sprinklers or water them. Okay, Okay, so next, I didn't really like this empty space here. I tried to put a mirror in it at first, but then I decided I wanted to put some shelves in it, and then I decided I wanted to use the ladder shelf, which is what I eventually add now. So originally I did put it in this space here, but eventually I kind of shuffle the things that are in this area around to fit a little bit neater, so I moved the shelf closer to the vanity and moved the plant over and stuff, but you'll see that'll come up in a moment. But I'm just painting all of those. I'm really liking like a mixture of different coloured woods at the moment, so I'm using a few different tones of wood. Adding a few books onto this shelf as well. Eventually I do add a few more things on there, like a few ornaments rather than just books. But this is the part where I move it over so it's next to the vanity instead. It took a little bit of adjusting to get this. Eventually I moved the hanging basket to get it to fit a little bit nicer, but yeah. This is me now moving that basket and just fitting that right up close to the vanity. And then I'm just moving everything else back into this area. After that, I think I'm pretty much happy with how the room looks for now. I do come back and add a few more bits later on. Oh no, wait, this is the bit where I add a few bits more onto the shelf, but after this I'm happy with how the room is for now. This is like the funny bit of like doing voiceover to speed builds. I kind of have to try and remember what I actually did in the speed build because I don't, and I literally recorded this about 20 minutes ago or something, so I actually should remember, but I don't. Anyway, now's the bit where I'm happy with the room and start to move on. Nope, again, I'm wrong. I put a shelf in here, then I'm happy with the room and I move on. I'm painting things. I'm adding books. Okay, finally we're moving on to the next bit. So next I'm moving on to the ensuite bathroom, and I'm just using the same colour wall and floor that I used in the family bathroom. And then I realised I didn't put skirting board on this bit, so I'm just adding that now. And then as always, I kind of start bathrooms by adding the bath in. I basically do the same in this bathroom that I did the other, so I use the bath and then I use shelves to kind of finish off the corners, and I also used a wall in here instead of the fence with a big window, which I would have done in the other bathroom had I not had the window on the wall like to the outside blocking me from doing that. Yeah, so now I'm just taking the sink that I had from the other bathroom, copying that and putting it into this one, adding an extra counter next to that. And I'm just going to paint some of the stuff I've placed. Adding a shower into this one as well, which I don't have in the other bathroom. Placing a toilet, which of course we need. And also, I was trying to do the little toilet rug again, but I think eventually I just settle for a bath mat because it's so close to the bath that I might as well just use a normal bath mat. And then I'm just stealing some of the stuff from the other bathroom to put onto this little shelf, so we're adding bottles of shampoo and conditioner again. This time I made a little sponge using this box, and eventually I do put this in the other bathroom as well because I just think they're really cute making the little sponges. And I'm adding a towel rack, but I don't actually think I keep the towel rack in here. I don't think I could find a place for it. Because I wanted to put this picture on, that's why I couldn't find anywhere to go to the towel rack. It was just a little bit too high up, it looked a little bit awkward, so in the end I ended up deleting it. But now I'm just adding a mirror over the sink. This time I'm adding this kind of mirror, and I'm going to use the horizontal and vertical lights to kind of make my own frame around it. I've done this a few times in builds now, so you basically, if you've watched any of my other videos, you've got the gist of how I've done this. And then I'm just adding a ceiling light to this bathroom as well, just the same elderly light that I had in the other bathroom. So now I'm just checking out the rooms I've done so far and seeing if I'm happy with them. And for now I'm like pretty much happy with them. I'm just adding a few more details to the bathroom, which is the toilet paper roll, and I also add the plunger thing in there that I just use as a toilet brush. And then I added a little picture over the bath here because it looked a little bit empty. But then I'm pretty much happy with those rooms and I'm ready to move on to the guest room. This is the part of the video where I realised that I didn't have my graphics up, so I'm just kind of going back through the rooms and showing you that they do look a whole lot better once I turn my graphics up. They're not as bad as they looked originally. But then I'm moving on to doing the guest room because I'm pretty much happy with how these rooms look now. Yeah, so with the guest room, originally I went for like this yellow theme and I went for 2 lighter yellow walls and then 2 darker kind of peachy yellow walls, but I do change this later on in the video. It looks a little bit old-fashioned kind of looking at it. I don't really know what kind of vibe I was going for. I also forgot to put the skirting board on that back wall, so that's one thing I had to add. But now I'm just making the bed. I'm using the same counters that I used over the bed before, or the same dressers, and then I'm just copying the bed from my bedroom and putting it in the guest bedroom, but just painting it differently to go up with the new theme. I put a little lamp in this corner. I tried to put a little kind of decorative table in there as well, but it just didn't really fit in, so I scrapped that idea. But I did add a little kind of log lamp onto here. Next I decided to add a rug to this room, so I just moved the bed out of the way so I could place that rug evenly in the middle, and then I'm just going to move the bed back over. And now I'm just painting the things that I've just placed. So I'm painting the lamps. I really love how the log lamp ends up looking with like a 2-tone wood effect. And I'm painting that rug. I went for an overlapping circle texture again, but I went with a white fabric this time. And then I've also copied the vanities. Basically, like I said earlier, just copying things and like placing them again in different rooms is so easy. It makes building so much easier and quicker for me. But I tried to add this little dresser in here, so I just had to move them about a little bit so I could get them to fit right. It took a little bit of moving stuff because things kept sticking out of the walls at the other end, but eventually I was quite happy with how it looked. I'm just kind of shuffling some of the stuff I had around on the desk a bit to make it look a little neater, because I figured a guest room it's not as used as like the master bedroom would be, because like it's only used by guests, so I just kind of deleted a couple of those bits. And then I'm trying to put a picture on this wall. Obviously I kept accidentally picking up the hanging plant there. Adding a few books for decoration. And a little ornament as well. And then I'm just painting these dresser to kind of match the rest of the room. I tried to put a dresser in this area here because when I came out of build mode before, I thought this area looked a little bit awkward, but instead I ended up using this other dresser because it fit the space a little bit better. So this is the same kind of dresser that I used on the back of the bed. And then I'm putting this shelf over the door into the guest room as well. And adding a picture in this kind of blank space of wall. I think at this point I thought I was pretty much happy with the room, but I do eventually come back and change some bits. As you see, I'm just kind of shuffling around some of these kind of plants and stuff that are on these shelves, because I realised that I use the same plant like over and over again on this shelf with like the exact same colours, and it just looks a little bit too repetitive, so I'm just changing some of these up a little bit so they don't look like I've just literally copied and pasted them. I tried to fit a chair onto this little landing area because I wanted to put a few more things up here, but there isn't really any room for me to add anything else, so I'm just sticking with what I've got for now. So this is just me checking over the rooms. I decided to add a fan light at this time, but I do actually get rid of this because I realised this room had way too much light out of build mode. It was so bright, it was kind of ridiculous. But this is just me checking over the rooms, thinking I was done. But like I said, as always, I just come back and change stuff because it's so much easier to go out of build mode, have a look, and then come back into build mode and change things. So this is why I'm back in build mode. As you can see now, I put the decals into the room, so they're looking a little bit better. But I decided to change the 2 darker yellow walls to white to make it look a little bit fresher and kind of go better with the rest of the theme of the house. And I also made the bed a lighter colour as well, and I'm much happy with how this looks now. Plus I deleted a couple of the lights, like the ceiling lights, and decided to use the small lamps instead, just to kind of make the light work a little bit better in this room so it wasn't too overpowering like it was before. But now I'm just checking everything over to make sure I'm happy with them, but I'm pretty sure everything is done at this point. So that is those rooms done. Let's head upstairs and take a look at them so I can give you guys a little tour of what it looks like. We do have the graphics up now, so it looks way better, so we're going to head straight up the stairs. Now the rooms that I did are over here. As you can see, I've now added some decals in here, so we have some pretty decals. These are actually in my own inventory. If you guys do want to go use these, I added a load of kind of cool abstract decals in there. But the first room we're going to look at is the master bedroom, which is actually going to be my bedroom because I've decided I'm going to turn this house into mine and Pookie's house, just because I don't really like our old blue house as much anymore. So eventually I'll kind of make this a little bit more personalised and move me and Pookie in here, but this will be my bedroom eventually. But here is the master bedroom, which I think looks absolutely stunning. Like, how pretty does this look? This tapestry that I found here, I literally just found by searching tapestry in the decal catalogue, so hopefully you guys will be able to find that. But all the other decals are actually in my own inventory. But this is the master bedroom, which I absolutely love how this has turned out. We have the closet over here, which you can see we've got all this kind of storage stuff in here. And then down this little corridor over here is the ensuite bathroom, which I think is a pretty cute little bathroom. Like, if we look at this, I think it looks pretty nice. I'm really happy with it. I absolutely love these abstract decals that I basically use throughout the whole house. I just think these are such the perfect decals to go with Roblox houses because they're not too over detailed and they're still very cute and kind of go with the colour theme as well. Like, if you can find decals like this with the perfect colour theme for your house, they look absolutely stunning. Like, this pretty much matches the counters, so it looks so nice in this room. But yeah, that is the little ensuite bathroom, which I really like. So let's head over to the actual family bathroom now, which is just next door here. So this is the family bathroom, which is basically just like the ensuite bathroom. They're not too different to each other. I basically do all my bathrooms the same, just kind of do different colour schemes for them. I just really like this style of bathroom. Over here is the little linen closet that I added, so we just have the towels and stuff stored in there. But again, it's just a nice little kind of cute bathroom with the pastel colours. And then the final room we added is the guest bedroom. So because it's going to be mine and Pookie's house, I didn't want to have loads of extra bedrooms. In the big blue house we had way too many bedrooms. Like, I had a teenage kid's bedroom, we don't have a teenage kid, and then I had a guest bedroom in the basement, so it's just kind of too much. So I just wanted to have the right amount of bedrooms. So we have my bedroom, Pookie's bedroom, and then a guest bedroom. So this room here will be the guest bedroom, so let's head inside. I just kind of did a very basic bedroom because guest bedrooms do tend to be quite basic. So this is the guest bedroom, and I do really like how it's turned up. I kind of had to change bits here and there. If you watch the speed build, I kind of kept going back and changing bits, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out in the end. So this is what it looks like. It's just a very nice basic bedroom. So they are the 4 rooms that I've added this episode. The final episode I'm hoping to get up on Sunday, and then we will have finally finished this series and have a finished house. But I am super happy with how these rooms have turned out. Anyway guys, please do like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Comment down below with any future video ideas, and as always, a huge thank you for watching. Bye guys. Mwah.